In 1963, a local resident in a modern Turkish city was renovating his home. He knocked down a wall, and the stone crumbled away to reveal a tunnel plunging straight down into complete darkness. He followed the passage into a vast subterranean labyrinth that had been sealed, hidden, and forgotten for centuries. This city sits beneath the Cappadocia region of central Turkey, a landscape defined by bizarre rock formations called fairy chimneys. The entire region is formed out of tuff, a type of volcanic rock soft enough that humans have been hollowing it out to create shelters for thousands of years. But Derinkuyu descends further than any other site. This 3D cross-section shows the city dropping 85 meters into the earth, divided into 18 distinct levels. The complex contains over 600 heavy stone doors and enough carved volume to conceal 20,000 people. This massive undertaking was a subterranean fortress built by people who knew from experience that the world above could become lethal without warning. The builders carved the upper tunnels to be intentionally steep and narrow, forcing any invading army to move slowly in single file. At every major junction, invaders encountered circular 500-kilogram stone doors. Their smooth edges fit tightly against the walls, leaving nothing to grip from the outside. But inside, defenders simply pushed a wooden pole through the central hole, rolling the stone shut in seconds. This schematic illustrates the tactical advantage. Defenders could seal sections of the complex sequentially, trapping attackers in dead-end passages while the population retreated deeper underground. The architecture forced an invading army into a war of attrition, where every meter of penetration became exhausting and costly. Past the military choke points, the complex opens into wider, communal spaces where the population lived. The inhabitants brought horses and cattle down into underground stables to provide milk, meat, and heat during extended stays. Because the rock maintains a constant 13 degrees Celsius, the city functioned as a natural refrigerator for grain, wine, and oil. The community maintained its societal structure underground, carving out vaulted chapels, meeting halls, and schools. With dedicated food reserves and livestock, Derinkuyu operated as a self-contained world for months, entirely independent of the surface. Maintaining 20,000 people and animals in a sealed cave creates an immediate threat of suffocation as oxygen drops. The solution was a network of more than 15,000 vertical shafts cut from the surface through every city level. This diagram demonstrates the passive convection cycle. Warm, stale air rose out of the upper shafts, drawing cool, fresh air down into the lower levels to keep the atmosphere breathable. For hydration, engineers sank wells directly into the fresh underground aquifers beneath the volcanic rock. These wells were designed to be sealed from the bottom up, preventing surface attackers from poisoning the water supply. By mastering passive air circulation and securing geological water sources, builders eliminated the two greatest vulnerabilities of subterranean life. Despite its colossal size, the archaeological record shows that Derinkuyu is only one part of a larger system. This regional map reveals a 9-kilometer subterranean tunnel that directly connects Derinkuyu to a neighboring underground city called Kaymakli. This network extends across Cappadocia, with archaeologists identifying over 200 distinct underground cities and complexes. This represents a shadow civilization. When raiding armies marched across the surface, an entire society could disappear beneath the rock and remain hidden until the danger passed. Generation after generation expanded these cities, eventually carving 4 square kilometers of mapped rooms entirely by hand. These cities were the result of centuries of incremental labor by families, responding to the reality of life in a region that was repeatedly invaded and attacked. Derinkuyu is a monument to human determination, proving when humans are frightened enough, there is nowhere they won't go to keep their families alive.